I've been laid off 3 times and fired twice. And 4 out of those 5 times, I lost a big part of my dignity in the process. I lost my job and my work ended. There was humiliation and anger, and my mind was racing towards a verdict that I had been discarded, I had been abandoned, that I was useless. And so I'd go drink, and I'd drink until I blacked out. I'd cry in public, I'd get angry and yell. And then one time, my boyfriend found me at home, face down in a puddle of my own piss. And I'm telling you that because the shame around that version of me would be easy to keep hidden. But when we hide those moments, we can give off the illusion that steadiness is either something that we have or that we don't. And that hasn't been true in my experience. Steadiness is a practice, and sometimes it gets built after we already failed ourselves, after we've already hurt ourselves. The crying I was doing in public, pissing myself, that wasn't the failure. Reaching for the bottle to ease my discomfort, that was a failure. My system was overwhelmed, and I chose a chemical off-ramp that stole the rest of my night and a piece of my dignity. The last time I was laid off, though, the weather report was familiar, got the same news. Fear showed up, anger showed up. The old story tried to come back online, but something was different. I didn't have to like the news to recognize what was happening. So I closed my laptop, took a breath, and that sounds small, but it wasn't. It was a boundary between the stimulus and my spiral. It was me saying, this is real, and my nervous system gets to respond on a human timeline, not a corporate one. I didn't pour gasoline on the feeling, and I didn't outsource my regulation to a room full of strangers. In the arc that followed, I became a yoga instructor, and now I'm not saying that yoga is the answer. I'm saying that for me, the second storm met a person who had started training, not in poses, but in noticing and in staying, in building a relationship with my breath and my body. It used to feel like optional wellness, and it turns out that it's survival infrastructure. The storm didn't get gentler. I just became less willing to abandon myself inside of it. So what changed between version 1, pissing myself, and version 2, calmly closing my laptop? It wasn't that I had become wise. It wasn't that the pain stopped hurting. What changed was the gap. Tiny at first, but enough. Enough for there to be a breath. Enough for there to be a moment where I didn't have to turn pain into a tragic story. The first version of me fused with the storm. No shoreline in sight. The second version remembered something. I am not the weather. I am the awareness that can feel the weather and still choose my next step. And if you're in a hard transition right now, job, health, relationship, maybe your identity, you might recognize both versions in yourself. Maybe you've had that bar night. Maybe you're afraid that you will. Maybe you're proud of how you handled something once and terrified that you won't handle it the same way the next time. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. And human nervous systems learn through repetition. To demonstrate this, let's do something simple together. We'll take 3 breaths in to lead ourselves first. You can join me if you'd like. Taking a slow breath in and releasing. Slow breath in and let it go. One more inhale and exhale. And now just notice where you are right now. And it's from this place that we can take our next steps. The hardest moments in life don't just ask whether we can survive them. They ask whether we can stay with ourselves while we move through them. Leading ourselves isn't about forcing a clean story. It's about holding steady in the storm and withstanding it, saying, I'm still here, and letting grief, anger, fear, and choice move inside of that. Here are some steps that you can use the next time the storm approaches. Number 1, name it without marrying it. Say the true thing. This hurts. I'm scared. I don't know what comes next. Naming it isn't dramatizing it. It's de-shaming it. Number 2, protect the gap between stimulus and response. There can be a breath. There can be a closed laptop, and there can be a delayed reply. Something small that gives your future self a vote of confidence. Number 3, choose the next move that preserves dignity, not the one that gives the fastest relief, the one that you can live with when you're alone at night. And if you feel the urge to tighten after hard news, try this in real time. Just feel your feet on the floor, elongate your exhale, and unclench your jaw. Because when your body softens, your choices usually get more honest. And if you find yourself reaching for quick relief when the intensity spikes, ask yourself, am I caring for myself right now, or am I trying to escape? If there's one practice worth stealing from this episode, it's not become a yoga teacher. It's this: protect the gap. Close the laptop, take the breath, name the feeling without becoming it, and let the storm be true. And most importantly, let your response be yours. Pain is not proof that you are broken. Intensity is not proof that you're finished. And a mistake is not your whole biography. Thank you for listening, and it's with deep appreciation for every teacher that ever held space for me before I knew how to hold it for myself. And for you, for doing the quiet work of staying steady in a loud, busy world. So if you enjoyed this, you'll find more of these conversations on Just 15 Minutes, where leaders share the real practices that keep them steady under pressure. Be well, and I'll see you on the next one.